Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending where you are. Yeah, something like that. Welcome to a special Wednesday edition of Tuesday with Todd. I know, I'm sorry, I went on vacation. I put people in awkward positions, asking a lot from them. And what I'm going to tell you right now is I'm sorry for that. But we'll get it taken care of. Why? We got some amazing content tonight for you. And what do we have? Well, we have Sarah from Distinctive Merch Company, and she's going to come in here and she's going to knock it out of the park with how to create video content with Canva. Now, we all know what Canva is, right? You don't? Well, you should go back and watch some of our other videos that Sarah told us about. Because actually, when we were going over this one today, I think we talked we could break this into a three-piece section of it. So I think that's what we're going to do because there's a lot to go over. But she's going to walk us through this ever so gently, hold our hands, and be able to at the end of this, you are going to be able to create some amazing video content with Canva. So I think we can check in, see how everybody's doing. Thank you, for everything last week. The orders that came in, the ones that reached out on an anniversary, the ones that made sure we were still alive after a couple days there. Hey, we appreciate that. Thank you so much for it. Couple other things before we do bring Sarah in here. Remember, we go live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning. That is for Morning Mindset. There might be a change in that name. We kind of had that talk about it today. You can find more information on that over here at fatdadcd.com. In fact, you can find all of our information out there. The biggest thing today is, hey, we've got our mentorship group. It's only $20 a month. We had another member today that, hey, we probably saved them, $150 service call just by, helping them out through their problems today. So that right there paid for it. I think we did a fantastic job. Find all of our links right here, fatdadcd.com. We'll get in the comments. We'll check and see how people are. When you get in here, let us know where you're from. So, let us know who you are. Let us know all of that stuff. We've got Barb checking in from North Central Minnesota, where it's 44 and cloudy, and she's got water in her cup. Darren's checking in. He's got 61 in Topeka, Mountain Dew in his cup. I've got a Arctic Vibe Celsius is what I've got. I'm probably sure Sarah's over there not drinking anything because, she gets nervous. She gets nervous with this stuff, and she does amazing with it. We get her through this, and before long, she's going to be doing all of this on her own, and it'll be like a proud papa. I'll be so proud of her that she'll be able to do it just right through that. Long time no see, Barb and Darren, right? 42 in Chicagoland right there from Renee. Hi, Darren from Barb, and hi, Renee from Barb. What's up, Chuck? Good evening to you. Hi, Darren. I need to look at the phone when typing. That's okay. Well, we all do, right? Sharon, greetings from Dallas, 75 there. Ooh, that sounds great. T-Town checking in from Toledo, where he's got 46 and winding down the day with Mountain Dew to drink. Hopefully he found his monster. Hi, Sharon and Tim. Jerry shared. Yes, make sure, sharing is caring, folks. This is free. We do this out of the loveness of our heart. We want to help as many people as we can, learn new things. And that's what Tuesday with Todd is all about, even on a special Wednesday episode. So if you're able to share, sharing is caring. It's free. It helps keep the lights and mics on, so please do so. Now, without further ado, I think we should go ahead and bring Sarah in here. She looks a little nervous. Is she ready? Is she ready to go? There she is. Okay, I got to let her calm down because she had ready? Go like this, Sarah. There it is. There it is. All right, here we go. Let's bring in Sarah. Hello, my friend. I just got to pump you up, I just got to pump you up,
Yeah, and get me all red and flustered. And
it's my job. My job is just to it's just me and you talking. It's me and you, and just some people will show up eventually, and then they'll get in here and they'll say stuff in the comments, and then we'll go with it. But you got this. This is stuff that you do every day.
Every day.
Sarah, for those that don't know you and don't know about what we're going to talk about tonight, how about you go ahead and let's start off with that. Who you are and what is your plan for tonight for us?
Okay, I'm Sarah with Distinctive Merch Co. Today we are going to talk about video content with Canva, and I do this often. It's a lot of fun, and I'm hoping to delve a little deeper into this over a couple more things because there is so much to all of this editing, all of this video content with Canva. Canva has a ton of things, which I even discovered while I was writing down my notes for today. I'm like, wow, that is cool. Now I can have new tools to use and new things to share with you guys. So lots to share, and I'm really excited about all of it.
I've learned as well, too, from Canva is Canva just seems to be it's at least weekly. It seems like there's always something new to it. And just like any other design software, that is what Canva has now become a real legit design software. That there is, you only know what you know about it, and not realizing there's this vast amount of other things it can do for you. And when somebody says, "Hey, I created this in Canva," I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, what? No, no, no!" And that was when I came across a video that you had posted on TikTok, and I was like, "Hey, how'd you do that?" And you said Canva. I'm like, "No, you didn't." And because I didn't realize you could do things like that with Canva, so it really impressed me. And that's when I thought, hey, it doesn't hurt to ask, right? And say, "Hey, Sarah, would you mind showing people how to do this, on a live, and just see what happens?" And hey, now Sarah's in this. I think she gets pumped for it every time. I try and give her enough time for it, and I think we do good with it. So, what do you say, Sarah, that we just go ahead? I'll add the screen to it, and you take us off and running. All right.
Okay, here we go.
Right. And if anybody has any questions along the way, go ahead and ask them in the comments, because we know we're not going to touch on everything. We know there's going to be comments in here, questions. Go ahead and ask those, and we are going to do our best to answer those. And in fact, I'm not going to answer anything because I know Jack Diddley about this. This is where Sarah comes in at. And we know we have a couple more of these that we're going to run based off this and things we talk about here. So get those questions in here. And Sarah, I'm sitting back. I'm putting my mouth closed. I have a pen here. I have a piece of paper here. And if I have questions, I'm going to write those down, and then we'll be back here at the end. So.
And you're going to ask them, because I think what might happen is, because I'm used to doing this, I might skip over a few things. So catch me and make sure I take a step back and
catch me and
give you all the steps.
All right. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. So this should be your home screen in Canva. If you have Pro, you might have a few different options versus the basic. The free version will still be able to do all the stuff we're going to do today. We're going to keep it super simple with our video. We're going to use a template that Canva has already created for us. There's tons of designers. They do some really great templates for you to just pull and do any of the things you need to do. So when you get to your home screen, there's these little icons here in this purple section. I know it doesn't show you my cursor, and I wish it did. But I'll kind of hover over them and make them blink for you so you can see that. So we're going to go with this one right here for video. So it'll give us all of our video editing options. So we're just going to click that. Okay. And then it switched my tab, and I don't know where it went.
So this is what happens for those that don't know. As you do a lot of these lives and programs like this, it only gives you an option to show maybe one screen, one thing that it goes to. And so when we open up new things, it jumps to a new tab, and we got to go back and find it. These are the joys of doing live, folks. And when I'm telling you that anybody can do a live, I've been doing these for, I'd say a good handful of years. In internet term, a lot of years. And it's just, you just get after there and do it. That's all you got to do. And look, now I see your cursor. It's not flashing, but I see your cursor.
So there's different, it's going to do it again, just a heads up. So when I lose it, be ready to fill, Todd.
Yep, I'm there.
So you have all of these different options here. And I like to use, when I'm doing something for TikTok or Facebook Reels or Instagram, I'm going to use something that's going to be up and right or up and down, like this mobile video. So this video, this 19 by 20 or 1920 by 1080 is going to be like your phone sideways. The mobile video here is just if your phone was upright. So the way you're usually scrolling through Facebook or looking at TikToks and that kind of thing. This Facebook video here, I don't typically like to use it square. So I kind of steer away from that one. But I'm going to start here with a TikTok template. So if you see when I hover over this square section here, it says TikTok video, it says I can create a blank, or there's the little magnifying glass here where I can browse templates. And that's where we're going to start, is with the templates. So when I click that, did it go? It did. Okay. Let's see. Now you're going to have all kinds of different options here. So these are the ones that creators have put together for you. And you don't have to like every part of it. You don't have to like the message on it. Just if something catches your eye, you can pretty much modify anything within these templates. So this is your document type, is your TikTok videos that we're going through. And we're just scrolling through to find something that kind of catches your eye. The thing that I like, and I'm not seeing it on this page. I went through it a different way before, but there's usually a filter. Here it is.
Yep.
It was kind of hidden. It hid my thing here. This filter here is awesome. So if you like a certain feel or a certain look to your social media, you can use any of these really awesome styles, themes, different features, topics, and then colors. So this is actually my brand color, which is really fun that it's in here. So if I clicked my brand color and click apply, you can see how it now gives me a whole bunch of templates that are with my brand color. So we'll start here. I like this idea because, oh, look, there's a beach. Is this Mexico? Shall we use this one? Let's do it. So we click it.
That could be. And that showed it. It actually popped up so we can see it. So let's happen with
it. We're successful today. So we're going to customize this template. So once we click it, it's giving us a little preview, and we're going to just customize the template. So that'll open up in a new document. Can you still see it? Yep. No.
Nope. So you'll have to go to that tab, and then we'll be able to see that come up. So it'll be easy, just like that. So it opens up into this new one, and here we go with it. All right.
All the fun technology.
Now, all the fun technology, indeed. So now that I see this, it looks like that gave us that thing gave us like a few different options on this. Is that right with this?
There's a few more options than any other. Like once you get into the video part of it, you've got your like tabs over here on the left. Can you see that? Oh, you can see my cursor now.
Yep, I can see your cursor on there.
Oh, that's fun. Okay.
What I'm gonna, if you need to go below like where the draw is, just let me know, and then I can take us away because like right now, we can't see projects on that. I bring us back there.
Sure.
Because if I go this way with it, they can see everything, but then that screen isn't nearly as big. So we'll keep it here. And if you need to show something below there, just let me know and I can hit the button on it.
Okay. We will actually.
And for those asking in the comments, yes, this is recorded. This is over on the YouTube channel. You can find that fatdadcd.com. Get in there. You'll get to the YouTube link. These are recorded as always. You can find all of our Tuesday Whips with Todd right over there. So back to Sarah.
So yes, could you remove us, Todd?
Yes, I can remove us. We will.
Awesome.
I'm looking at your mouse, and I was like, "Where is my mouse at?" Because my mouse is nowhere. Because I'm like, "Oh, just keep moving around."
Flying across the screen.
Yeah. There it is. So there, we removed us.
Okay. All right. So once you're in your travel TikTok video, right at the bottom left corner, you're going to find this apps. And this is where a lot of the content is going to come from for videos. We will definitely want to be using this. So you can search for all kinds of different apps, but the best way to find video content, let's say you didn't want the beach in this video and you wanted to switch that out, you're going to want to be able to find your free video content. And that's where this is going to come from. So when I type in here, I should just be able to type in video. And this little icon right here will give you an app. See how that shows up down here now?
Yes.
So this will be your videos that you'll be able to pull from Canva and use free. I shouldn't say that because there are ones that are marked pro, and those ones you're going to need to have the pro account for, but the ones that don't have anything down here in the corner, those ones you'll be able to use on the free version.
And the way to know if you have a pro account or not is one, you're paying for it, but two, when you look at these, you see how none of those crowns are colored out. On the pro ones, they're going to be gold. So this is how you can tell for sure. But the main difference with for the pro versions that I really like is that it opens up a lot more options. And so it gives you more of a chance to be unique with what you're offering because, there are more options on that.
So then another app that you'll want to open right away too, if you're going to be doing some video content, is click that app button again. And then instead of having video in there, we're going to search for audio. And then this one right here, just a black square with a music note, that's the one you're going to want to have added to your lineup down here for your tabs. So this will give you
so as you add those apps down there, they then will populate below that app section. As you can see, the videos have been added in audio, so it makes it easy to get to, and you don't have to go back and search. Am I with that? Am I on the same page with that? Okay, good.
Yes. Perfect. Okay, so those are some tools that you'll need to be doing some of the video editing, but I'm going to go ahead and hide this Docker right here right now so we can see. You can bring us back up now, Todd, if you want, but this is where you'll see a lot of your editing tools for your video.
Okay.
So you can see up here at the top right, this 17 seconds, that tells you how long your video is altogether. So just like that. You can play it and see it in full view so you know what it looks like.
Okay.
You can go down here to your grid view, and that's going to give you all of your slides, I guess, for, yeah, lack of a better term on that is slides. And I'm not seeing, so let me just, usually it will pull up something for me, which I'm not seeing, so. It automatically did this last time, so now I have to find it. There will be a slider on the bottom. Close that, which will show you all of your video editing. And I don't know why it's not down here.
If you make that smaller.
No.
The joys of live, folks. This is what we
I know. There we go. No. It's not giving me all the fun tools.
What are you looking for on the playback where you can cut
literally? No, there was a slider at the bottom. So if I go, let me just go out of here for a second, and I'm going to go back to a project that I did earlier, and then we can find it really easy that way.
Okay.
So this is one I did recently. This is what I was looking for, and I don't know why it's not showing up on that other one. It might be the way they have that template set up.
Just remember, we're going to have to open up that other tab so that way we can see what you're going to see, so we don't roll through that of, hey,
thank you.
what is Sarah showing us that we can't see? And then you get the comments of, what's that screen? What's that screen? What's going on with this? I know. I get it. I get it, Sarah.
So I'm going to share my screen, but I have to pick which one it wants. So let's go this one here, and that should show you. Yes, that one. Perfect. Now we have the part I was trying to find, and I don't know why it wasn't showing up for me with that other one. So that was not a good choice to show you a template. I apologize for that. But this down here is really the biggest part of how to edit your video and know what you're looking at within the video. So we're going to backtrack a little bit. We'll look at tools on this before I go into like any of the editing. So this little toggle button down here at the bottom, can you see that?
Yep, where it says Zoom page.
Yeah. So this rectangle is depicting your thumbnail right here, or this one is all the items down here. So when you're clicking on it, you need to make sure you're zooming in on the right thing. So if you want to zoom in on like just this tab to work on something close up there, you'll want to have this clicked. If you want to work on your timeline and have that a little bit bigger, that's where you'll zoom down here. So that's
I know we'll get into this more later on at the next ones that we do, but something to keep in mind is like if you create a layout that you want to create a template, which we'll talk about later on and how to actually do those. Once you have that done, you want to make sure to before you go in and start screwing around with stuff, to make a copy of it, so that way it's easy to not screw it up, if it's something you're going to use. So that's something that I learned because I screwed up a bunch of things. And I realized, oh yeah, before I open something, let's just go ahead and make a copy of that and work off the copy.
You could do that, yes. The great thing is an undo button too.
I don't realize it until it's at the end of everything.
Oh, then you wanted the copy. So there's that option. Your duration option is what is turned on to give me this, but I couldn't find the duration button on the template, so I'm not sure what was happening with that one. Because see how that showed this purple bar down here now versus I turn that off, it kind of condenses everything.
Yep.
Duration is what you really want to use. So this little tab, dojigger, helps you depict timing, and timing is going to be everything for different elements that you add onto your video.
So what you could see is as she moved that across, the timeline below, you could see that wherever it was, stop, wherever she goes with it, it's showing it in real time up in the thumbnail for it. So you're able to see what is actually happening.
Okay, so this video was just a time-lapse video that we took in shop. And
so how about before you get into showing us, like what you did on each parts of this, play it all the way through so we can see
sure.
what the finished result is and then how you got to
Okay.
that finished result on it.
Okay, so
So as the gist of it, that's what you guys are going to be able to create. You're going to be able to create things like this. Now, with this one, this episode, we are not going to get into the weeds of here's how to upload videos, take videos, and do that. As Sarah and I were talking earlier, that becomes its own process. So we're going to show that in a later one. We're going to show how to create templates in it. So when we're done with this 3-section series, you'll be able to do these things like this. After today, you'll be able to take the template-based stuff and make your own and be able to rock and roll with those. Just super simple, super easy.
Perfect. So if you can see down here, we're going to move this to be able to edit certain locations within the video. But there's also on the edge of each of these, like a little grab bar, I guess. And you can make the length of a slide shorter or longer based on however you do that. And you can see the timing right in the corner of that little timeline there.
Yep. So that first one is 5.6 seconds, and then the second one is 2.9. Now, overall, when you were creating these, Sarah, do you have a time budget in mind? How long do I want this video to be? So then you can adjust from there, or do you just start and go, and whenever it's done, it's done?
I mean, I don't really have a time budget. Maybe I should, but I just I don't want it too long. I don't want people to be like, oh, this is so boring, I'm so done with it. Or I just wanted to catch their attention, give them some little tidbit, and then move on. So this 33.6 seconds that this video is, I felt was plenty long.
Right, and I think in a lot of it, you especially now, because short form content, can be anywhere from a minute or 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You can create, let's say, that long piece of content. So maybe this one, you wanted to have a 3-minute one where it showed more in it. Here's the great thing about that. You create that one, you make a copy of it. Now you can take that next one, condense it down, and you can condense it down even further and further. So from that one piece that you do, you can get multiple different things for it, depending on where you want to put that at. So I think that's something just in general, when you're creating content, the longer you can create something to make it cohesive and work, and then you can cut it down into smaller pieces, especially using how easy Canva makes that for you is a good thing to have. But back to Sarah, stop interrupting. Let's continue on with this.
Good. I skip over things and I miss things because I'm just used to just doing my thing, and then I don't think about. Not everybody knows all this information, so I appreciate it. I appreciate you helping fill those gaps where I'm not quite filling in all the info. Okay, so this one was one I built from scratch. So this isn't exactly the template that I was talking about, making it super easy.
Let's try that. If you get right there in the center and you click that down arrow, right above the videos, does that? I wonder if on the next one, when we go into the template and start adding things, if that's where it is. So I say we just run with the template and see what happens and go with it from there, because it's live, baby. What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't work. I mean,
so you want me to scrap this one and go back to what we were working on?
Yep. We're going to start from a template, so that way everybody can see. Starting from a template, this is how we're going to go in together as a team. We will fill this out, make this work, and you'll be able to see that even during a live where things don't go right, we're going to have a pretty legit video at the end of this. So I think that's always a good thing. So yeah, let's go back and do it. Let's 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 do it.
Okay, so what do we want to search?
Okay, so we're going into spring. So let's look for, we're going TikTok, and let's maybe some kind of springy content or something. Let's see what we can find for that.
Oh,
Sorry, couldn't find anything
I
like
was
that.
too.
How about spring sale? Spring sale.
Sure. Let's see.
No, thank you. How about let's just go TikTok sale? Does anything come up with that?
We're having a lot of fun today.
Yeah, let's go sale. Just TikTok sale, not spring, and see where we do this at. Okay, let's just go TikTok. Let's just go TikTok. Let's go to TikTok. Let's see what we got there. Oh, right there, TikTok and elements. So is that where we need to go, or social media?
We're gonna click around and we're gonna figure it out. So I don't normally go this way.
Well, how do you usually go? From the get-go, from the home screen, and you just go that way, right? So let's go that way. We're just gonna home screen, do it. Because I've ran into that too with Canva, where I'm in that search bar trying to find things, and it won't give me the information that I need. So I come back to this home screen and I go through it from here. I run into that when I'm doing thumbnails, where it just won't give me what I need. I come back to the home screen like this, TikTok video, and I guarantee we're going to find something now, right?
Oh, I just started a blank. You didn't see it. That's fine.
Right? Now, Jerry, he says, where do you copy the video? I do not see that. This is what we're talking when, and further down the line, they say we're going to do today from a template-based one. The next one that we're going to do is creating your own template, so that way you can use that multiple times. And then the third one is going to be uploading your own videos, how to make those, upload them, what you need to do with that. So right there. Let's pick any. Yeah, I'm fashion. Sure, this one. Yeah, let's see what we get. Let's go customize this template, girl. Let's hit it.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Just remember,
this is supposed to be the easiest part,
right?
And I'm not seeing our video portion down here.
We're not seeing it either because you got to remember it pops up on that other screen, so we're just seeing the one before this. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. That is what I am here for, to make the dead air non-existent. Okay,
thanks.
So we got this one. We click on it, and we're gonna go here. And is it a play? Yeah, there's got to be another button.
There is a play, so I'm not sure why it's not showing me.
Once we click on it, does it go ahead and open it up then into the editor? Or is it because was it in the design or the elements or
in these parts here?
Yeah.
No.
Well, there's notes, there's videos. What's that up button right there in the center? Hit that bad boy. Oh, snap a lap.
This is why I keep you around, Todd. That's wonderful. Thank you.
I mean, hey, you give me $20 a month and I'm cool with that. So you can keep me around all you want.
All good. All good. We figured it out.
That was the thing that I'd seen the difference between yours and this one, was I seen that arrow there and I wondered if that was something that brought stuff up. So, okay, good. We're back here now. Sarah is now internally not freaking out, because I know she was a little, because she's like, why isn't this not here? We found it. So here we go.
It is.
And Jerry, where do we copy that?
Maybe you should help on these next time.
I did. I told you where the button was. And in fact, if you want to, we can answer Jerry's real quick before we get started with it. Go back to the home screen, and then to pick your project, because I think this one might even come up, right? If we just scroll down, because it'll show past projects, right? So recent design. So if you go over and hover over that for 3 dots, it doesn't matter which one you pick out. If you click that, from right here, it'll say make a copy. So then you'll make a copy of that and name it. So you're right there under the tab. Yep, you'll make a copy of that. And so like this one is named, colorful, cute, SF, whatever. You can change that. It'll say copy of, and then you can change that to, version 1, version 2, version 3, however you want to save it. But once I'm done with the original, that's what I do, is I have that one, and then I will make copies of it and use the copies for different forms of content for it. So continue on back to where you were.
Okay. Yikes.
And you will probably, there it is. Okay.
I clicked it again, it went away.
Yep, there it is.
And now there's the magical tab.
Use
the magical tab. It's wonderful. Okay, so we still have this zooming the thumbnails. See how that now lengthens that?
Yep.
Versus if I have that one clicked and then we zoom in on that top one.
Absolutely. Got it. Okay,
so what I like to think of it as is all of my elements. So all of these little stickers, we'll call them, these all live on here. So let's say I had wanted an arrow pointing to her but I wanted the arrow to show up later.
Okay. Which from here, if we press play, it's going to show us the video in entirety
Yeah.
right now, right?
Do you want to watch it before we do any editing on it?
Yep. So let's watch it to see what it starts at, and then
Sure.
we'll know what we're doing with it. So travel vlog, that's what it says.
Yep.
We're starting with a travel vlog one, and we're going to go ahead and see what we end up with after this travel vlog.
Okay. So 3.2 seconds. It's a really long video.
Right. Yeah, but we can change the duration of it, can't you?
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
So where this plus sign is, you can add more content in any way, shape, or form. And that's where this little app that I showed you over here for videos comes in.
Okay.
You can pretty much add anything. It doesn't have to all be videos. You can animate text. You can animate a still image. Any of that stuff can be added to your video. So if you're going to add something, here's some videos on the beach. Hey, look at that. Let's do it. So we're going to add this Cancun video to it because I mean, that's where Todd was, right?
Yeah.
So see how far I just stretched that out. So it didn't fit in my the way the layout is on this. But when I stretched that out, I just grabbed the corner and made it fit the size of that. If you don't want to do that, this is where the undo is really helpful, Todd. Click undo, it'll put it back to the size. You can right click on it, set video as background, and it will make it the full size of whatever document you're working on.
Okay.
So if I do that, it's automatically going to do that for you.
Okay.
So then you can see as we scroll along here, it's going to have it set in that frame now. Whoa, holy cow.
You're rocking and rolling.
Look at that. So we've got now a 18-second video.
Okay.
Scroll through. So yes, that length can be changed. We can split this video we just added in. We can shorten it by using these tabs here that I showed you on the other one, where if we wanted it to start, at the A, or we wanted it to cut off, let's say at the end of the Cancun word before it got to all the beach here. So we would just set this little draggy button here. Let's set it to the end of where that N went away. Now, if we scroll to the end of this, we can pull that all the way down to where that ends. And now we have only the Cancun word that shuts off where we put that little tab on the top.
Okay, nice.
I don't know what to call this. Little dragging tabby tab.
The slider. It's a slider.
Yeah, sure.
Slider.
We'll go slider.
Sarah will call these slides. Each one is a scene. When we have multiple ones, a scene 1, scene 2, scene 3. So when you come across information that people maybe showing how to do this, that's what they'll have is scene 1, scene 2, scene 3. Now you can also, how she did the slider back to shorten that scene. I'm almost positive if you go up and you hit the scissors at the top too, or you had that one break of the line, you're able to do that and it'll clip it too and it'll divide it up more.
This one splits it.
Yep.
You can, so if you wanted to split that in half and delete the other half or whatever, you could use the scissor tool then as well. Yes.
Yep.
See how that part is gone? Bye. Okay, so if we wanted something to show up, let's say on this one, this is just going to be easier to see.
Yep. Let's dump her travel vlog and let's make something more fun with that.
Sure.
Whatever we want to do. So because when you come with these, you're going to have elements. You don't have to use any of them. If it's a clickable item that is in that, that means that it's something that can be deleted or added to, and you can do whatever. So remember, these are just ideas to get you going on it, and you just want the imagery, and you can change it up from there. You can go. So now we've got a blank canvas. What are we going to put in here, Sarah?
Let's just add. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to add the box first.
So what you do is add a text box. Now, this is so you're going to have a placeholder for your text, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And as you notice, as she's dragging that around, you're going to see those little purple lines that'll pop up. And what those will do is going to be like your center marks for things. So for your orientation, whether it's centered left, centered, horizontally or vertical, you'll see things like those pop up. As you start adding more text to things, you'll also see spaces that can give you, equal spacing between it. It's left justified, right justified, things like that. And then, here it is. So just as you put it there, see how it came up in the center. And so we got Mexico that we're starting with here. All right, we got Mexico. Now,
yeah.
as
so
somebody,
you were talking about the pink line to align center, correct?
Correct. Yep, just like that. You see it right there on the screen. And with this, once you bring in a text box and you put it in there, you can see at the top where it has Canva Sans. You're able to then now go in here and you can change that to other fonts. You can change the colors of it. I'm not sure how much Sarah is going to get into, so I don't want to step on any toes. So I'm going to shut her mouth and I'm going to let her continue on what she's going to design and do it for us.
So I have my brand font uploaded, and I like to use my brand font for most things for my own content. So if I was creating this for my social media, for my business, I would use my brand font, which is this. I've got it already uploaded here, Downcom or something like that. And that's the one I would use then instead of whatever font automatically. Oh my goodness, I'll delete it.
And you see what she's doing there? She did something. Hold up, before you go, hey. She made a mistake because she put the little texty in there, and she was doing it. If you make a mistake or do something, you can always hit the back, or like that you can select that trash can. That trash can will get rid of it as well for you.
Yep. So you can choose whatever font you want to use. I'm good with whatever. I like scripty stuff, or
let's go.
It'll automatically put my fonts in here all the time too. So
right there.
There we go.
Good. Yep, we're gonna use that one.
There we go. And let's make it something bright. So that's where we're going to change our text color up here. Let's go with pink.
And now see, I look at pink and I'm like, okay, can we read that? Can you see it? Is there anything else that needs to be done? Well, hey, maybe we should outline it and add a lift to it. When you click on that text, it can give you these other options for style. So you can see, if you haven't used Canva before, you can really play around with this and see what's going to make it look better. How is it going to feel? Because you're able to change a lot just from these simple things here.
Absolutely. So I'm going to hide this just because it makes this workspace a little bit bigger for us to see what we're doing. So I just clicked that tab, which was the same tab as here, just on the side. Okay, so if we want this to not show up immediately, see how it's always there when I drag along this? It's always on the video. I don't want it to be. I want it to show up a little bit after my video starts. Okay. So we'll just pull this into about where we want it to show up. So let's do 1 second into our video. We'll have it show up. Okay, so then when we click our text, we're going to show timing. So you click your text to highlight it. You get your purple box around it.
You hit the 3 buttons. Again.
And then hit our 3 buttons, and then you're going to get our show timing. That will bring up a little purple box above. So that's your timeline for where this text lives on the timeline. So
each time you add something to this, you're creating a new layer. So as you show this timing, it's going to show you the where it is on the layer, and you're able to adjust each layer individually. So that's what she means by having it show up at a different time here. And so I'm assuming now what she's going to do is, let's see if I guess correctly, she's going to grab the left-hand side of this top bar and slide that over to where that center one is. And that means it's going to take out the Mexico before that, and it'll bring it in at that time. Am I correct in that assumption?
You are absolutely correct.
I did not make an ass out of you nor me. So you did good.
So now, if we start this, it showed up at 1 second, and then continue the video. So that's how you can move your timing with that. But now I have to bring it back. Here we go. So one thing I've noticed, and maybe this has changed or something I'm not quite privy to yet. You can layer all kinds of different items. Like you can layer graphics, you can layer stickers, you can layer text, and those will all show up on different times on this one video segment. However, you can't layer video on video right now. So if you were to try to, have like a image of like a phone showing what you're doing on your phone within this video that's on here, I haven't figured out how to do that. I've watched a few tutorials and it doesn't look like that's an option yet, but it should be. So Canva, if you're listening, let's do this.
Right. And that means adding video on video, like downloading two on there, because there's elements that are animated elements that you can add on top of it. So that way it has that motion that's with it. Now, I remember seeing something where it almost looked like there were some templates that had like the green screen material where then you could send that to. I haven't dove down in it yet. So if I find those, I'll forward those to you, Sarah, because maybe that's the missing trick to it.
Sure. So what you were saying with adding other graphics and things like that, we can add, let's say, I don't know. So when you search in your Elements tab over here, it's going to give you all kinds of different options. Sometimes if you're scrolling through this, you can see some things that do animate on their own. But I've found that if you go, it's not going to show me these now.
Yeah, it's animated. It's animated.
But it used to say stickers. That's what I was looking for.
Oh.
So we can click that and see what we get. Sure. These were called stickers. Apparently it's changed since I looked at that last, which is fun.
That's
Keep
part
it
of
fresh.
If it's going to change, it's going to change when we plan a training. That's how it works.
Yep. So when I click that, it's going to add it automatically to the document. And then I can choose where I want that, what size I want it. And then we can do the same thing with this as we did with our Word as far as timing on that. So let's say I just clicked Control D to get a second one. We can have these show up at different times. If I select both of them, see it's got the dotted line around that. I can now group these and they can show up at the same time, because see here now they're grouped in this section down below. If I open that up, it's going to give me each one separately, and I can edit them separately however I'd like them to be edited together. So we're going to move that. We're going to edit them all together. So I want these to show up toward the end. So, not grouping it right now. It should be, okay, we'll edit them separately. There we go. That's what I wanted. Now they're together. We move that over. And now we've got that going to show up at a different time than our Mexico word. So if we hit play again, we can watch that happen. A little bit later, there's our stars, and then it moves on to the next video. So that transition in the middle from one video to the other it's pretty harsh. You could see that happen. Whoops, I'm going to edit this and bring that a little closer so we can see what we're doing here. Okay. Oh, so when I hover in between those two, see how this little icon shows up?
Yep.
We can add a transition, and the transitions they'll automatically populate for you. If you hover over them, it will kind of demonstrate how that will work.
Okay. So you don't have that sharp cutoff, from scene to scene. What it does is it gives you that, depending on how what your selection is, because each one will show on the different ones. Some will have more movement. Some will, you can see there's looks to be 10 different or 9 different ones that you're able to do. You're going to find what looks best for your video and how you want it to look.
Yeah, absolutely. You just want it to be visually appealing. So if it feels nice to you, that's just what you're going to want to go with. So I actually like the circle swipe down to the circle wipe down to the Cancun, and you can decide how long it's going to take to do that. Once you select it, it will show up here how long you want that to happen, and then do you want it to happen on in and out, or just one or the other. So we're just going to go in or out. I feel like I like out.
There you go.
That's the option we're going with. So here we go. So now if we play it again, here we go with, there's a transition a little bit nicer, not as sharp from one thing to the next. So
for sure,
there's that option. So if you wanted to add some music to this, that's where this audio tab comes in, and you can search. And this is all free things that come with Canva, especially if you have the pro version. Obviously with the crown, you're gonna have to have the pro version. If it doesn't have the crown, it's something that's just available to you. Something you'll notice within the audio, there are things that are effects noises. So you can have things like a cash register opening, or a pop, or a splash, or anything that kind of coincides with what you have going on. You can search those things. It's really nice to have that option. So those will normally be just a plain solid box with a play button in it. And if
if we did a search for, say, like ocean, you think you think we might have something that would, ocean waves, okay.
So it's looking like this one's just a sound effect, but these ones are sounds or music. So if you can play and preview the sound.
Very nice. And with that being like that 7-second thing, if you click on that and you add it in here, I'm assuming you get to decide where that plays in it.
You can, if you wanted it to be that way.
Could you play that during a transition? So, like we had the video here, so we could add that waves crashing, and we add it right during the transition.
That's a good question. I think it would have to be placed at the end of one of these.
Let's see what happens, right? That's what we do. Let's see what happens.
All right, here we go. Let's go back to our audio. All right. Is this one we used?
I don't care.
That's not it. That sounds like an ocean, or a river, not an ocean. There we go. So we'll use that one.
Okay. So we got
that now populated below our tabs on the bottom. See that down here?
And
it's super tiny.
Does it mean that when we're looking at this, you're going to have your main timeline is going to be your the videos that you brought. Above that is going to be your effects, and then there's below your audio. So you have 3 that you're working with here.
Yes.
Okay.
So if we want this to be in a different spot, it's going to put it wherever this cursor is here. So that's why it was at the end, because we had played it, and this little cursor is all the way at the end. Tabby tab, whatever. Since we want to put it.
Ooh, yeah, it looks like we're able to slide that right across between the two. So if we were to put it right kind of there and made it in that little spot, and now I think that does make it so our transition will have music as well. That's what I was looking to see, is if we can make it between the two. What are you doing? You're not doing.
I'm selecting a portion of the sound. See how the sound waves?
Oh yeah.
Are changing. So I feel like this is probably just the beginning of it, and probably not very pleasing to listen to. So if we grab that, and then I just kind of slid that whole section over. So I just selected something that had a little bit more sound in it.
Yeah.
Let's see what that sounds like.
Let's see what we get here. Let's see how we did.
That cuts off pretty harsh.
Well, that's we're just gonna find one smaller, or whatever. But see, this is where it is. You're gonna have the basic idea of how to create the videos with it, and you can see where you can go down the rabbit hole of it, and how it can be a full-fledged video editing tool on this. Because as you can see, here's what we've done so far. We've added a text box to it. We've added 2 scenes to it. We've added elements to it. We've added sound to it. So we have been able to create, multiple things just by clicking and dragging, really.
Yeah. I love how easy it just shows up for you as long as you can find it by moving the tab. So now that we have that part out of the way, we're good to go.
All right. On to the next part.
All right. So what else do you want to add to it? Do you want to, I don't know where we're at here.
So we've got stuff on there. What else do we need to add?
Okay, so we could add music along with that. So this is something you can layer into sounds. So
so if we put in like tropical music, tropical sound.
Okay. What do we have? Oh, what does this sound like? Oh. It's not gonna work. That's a little weird.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with the first one. Let's do it. Okay, so see how I dropped it? That, right? I had my cursor.
Yep, you just double clicked on it and it just brought it in for you.
Yep, absolutely. So I'm just going to make it the full length of our video, so it's stretched out now. So this ocean wave sound is in addition to our music. So shall we play and see where we're at?
Yeah, let's see what we got so far. Ooh, I like it. I like it. So now we've used templates as our own. We've taken elements out. We've added text box. We've added elements on top of that. We've added a transition. We've added a sound effect in there, and we've added music through the whole thing. What else do we need to do with this? I mean, if there should be, let's say at the end of this is just what it is. We're a travel agent, and we want people to come visit us from Mexico. So here at the end of this video, this is where we would, add our information, whether this is a QR code for them to scan, which is kind of hard for them to do on a phone. So I don't know about that. It's kind of hard for them to scan a QR code on a phone with your phone that you're watching on. But this is where you could have, because I'm almost positive with this, you can also do some linking in it as well, right? You can add links to this or
yes, if you download in certain formats.
Yep.
So PDF would allow you to do that.
Right. But for the most part with this is where you could add your, contact us for your dream vacation. So if we want to do that, would that just be, another text box that we're putting in there?
Yeah, we can do that. So I'm just gonna have our music fade out a little bit.
And could we do that fade out on the effects as well? Because you know how we said that one kind of a little harsh. So I guess we could probably do it and see if it works on those as well.
So all I did was on the audio bar to get this screen here to edit that there was 3 dots that had shown up, and this popped up when I clicked that. So you just click the 3 dots in your audio bar to get your audio effects, and that's where we can kind of slide our fade out, and you can see that adjusting here with the color. I don't know if it's real. Can you see that on your end? Maybe. I hope.
Yep.
So it gives you how long it's going to fade out. So that's where that is. And then if we add another screen here, I don't want my brand. Where did my text go? There we go. So we're just going to add some text.
Ooh, what's Todd? What's Todd's? Ooh, Todd's travel. Todd's travel blog. Todd's travel channel. Todd's travel company. Todd's travel. See you next Thursday.
How about that? There we go. Okay, so we're just gonna let our little guides tell us when it's centered. We'll change the color of the background. We'll make it pink, right, Todd?
I'm down with the pink.
All right. Now we can animate the word too, if we wanted to. So when we have our word selected, we can animate, and it'll do all kinds of fun stuff there too. I like the wiggle. here it is. So I use this one actually quite a bit. See how it gives you a nice little wiggle on the end? So cute. So we'll leave the wiggle at the end. And then, you know, add your like your @ or whatever you have at Todd's Travel. There we go. And then that one will come, oh, that one will stay solid. So the wiggle will only be on the big part, not on this part. And if we hit play from here, that's cute. All right, so there we go. Oh, I just thought of this. We had our fade out in here. There's our 3 buttons to get back to that. Editing, audio effects, and that's where we get our fade out. It did. It automatically added it to the end. See how wonderful it is. I love it. So this is, I mean, this is usable as is. I would say this is usable. There we go.
So if we go from the beginning to the end all the way through, let's talk about what we've done. We brought in a template. We have added a second scene from a different one. We have added in an end screen that we've created from scratch. We have added text effects. We have added text. We had added elements. We have added transitions. We have added sound. We have added fade in and fade out. I mean, we've done quite a bit, wouldn't you say?
Heck yeah. And there's so much more.
Yeah. Well, where do you want to go with this? I mean, I think this was, a good basic for it.
Yeah.
And I know, coming up, that's where, templates, you can create a template to be able to use that same thing over and over. It's the branding that goes with it and how to make it look cohesive through it. I think there's a lot more to go. So I definitely think we could stop here. I think, does everybody have a good understanding? Does anybody have any questions of what we've done so far? So why don't we do that? We've basically created a video from scratch using the design elements, templates, everything that was here available. So if you've got your questions, ask them now. Darren said, can you fade the transitions? That's what I think we did. Didn't we do that, fade the transitions in there? Or check and see on that.
As far as the audio, I don't know. Audio effects. Yeah, sure. It's not long enough to allow us to do that. If it's a little bit longer, yes, probably. So let's see if we make it a little longer. There, now it lets us fade in. If I did like a, yeah, I can do one or the other, or it's got to be longer. So it's just it needs a little bit of time to do its thing, I guess.
And that could be too, because it's, we're trying to put a lot in a short amount of time as well. But maybe so.
Okay. Let's move that a little more there. All right, shall we see? Let's do it. Faded off there at the end, though. I think we could maybe adjust the volume of our transition sound too. I would say this is usable, though. I'd use it.
I think it did pretty good at that. Let's bring us back up on screen and see if we see what we have for question wise, because now that we're both kind of there with it. There it is. Darren said not the audio, but the video between the cut scenes. Yeah, because that was, I think that in that transitional part between there, it gave us the option of what ones we wanted to do for that transition, right? There was because there was the circle, there was the fade, there was the sweep. And if we get back to that section in here as you're building it out for that transitional period, it will give us to give us those three dotty dots, right? Yep. It should give us those right there where we can hit the plus to go from here. And as you hover over each one of them, it will show you, how it's going to work. So, the one, whether it's the dissolve or the slide or the color wipe, what is that, a line? Oh, line wipe. So you are able to do it. Yeah, I think that's what you're looking at for. Is that right, Darren? I'm sure. I think that's it with it. But I think we put ourselves together a good little video here. I think, look at that. Look how, don't we look kind of special? I think, Sarah, you did a very good job at this. I think it was super informative for it. I think we did a lot with not a whole lot of effort. I don't think there was, it's not as difficult as what it is. And when we play this from beginning to end, remember, we started with a single image of a gal on a beach that said travel vlog. We removed the travel vlog. We put Mexico. We added some elements. We added a couple more scenes to it. We added sound to roll the whole thing. We added two transitions to it. We added an end screen to it. We added text. We added a lot, and this whole thing's 12 seconds long. And so now, from beginning to end, we have a cohesive piece of content that, man, if this is something and this was your travel channel that you were doing, you could use this over and over and over and over. So yeah, we may have did it here in a half an hour for us to get through all of this, but we were fumbling along through it. We were doing it together. So when you're on your own, how long, typically, Sarah, on a video this size, something like this, about how long do you think it takes you to create it from start to finish now?
I don't know if I already have an idea of what I'm doing.
Okay.
Maybe 2 to 5 minutes. It depends on how long of a video I'm going with as well.
Right. And so once you get the hang of it, it's super easy to do. And that's the big point of this, because, coming up now, as we look forward going, we're coming towards the end of the first quarter and we're starting things up here, creating those eye-catching graphics videos for what's upcoming now. We still got St. Patrick's Day, we've got Easter, we've got Mother's Day, we've got Father's Day, we've got weddings, we've got graduations, we've got reunions, we've got all the spring sports, we've got everything to roll to it. So you were able to, create these very impactful videos with not a whole lot of effort to it. And just because all of these elements are available in Canva doesn't mean that everybody's videos are going to, or just because everybody's using Canva doesn't mean that everybody's going to look the same, because there's so many opportunities using the different graphics, using the different stickers, the different music to make it unique and creative as your own. So this is where, I come back to Canva has really changed the way that you're able to do things now and how quickly you're able to do it. So if you're not on the Canva bandwagon, I should say you should get on that Canva bandwagon for sure. Now, the whole goal behind this series is we need to produce more Canva content. So that way Sarah can get a Canva affiliate. And that's what we're going to keep pushing for, because then, Sarah's going to be our Canva guru and our Canva. I was going to say Canva Karen, but that wouldn't be
Yeah,
be
no.
nice. Yeah. Our Canva, we got to come up with a Canva Sarah. Canva Sarah, the Canva Sarah. I don't think that sounds like a good drink at a bar. Did you have the Canva Sarah? It's very nice. The Canva Sarah is the vintage 2001 Canva Sarah choice is what I would say.
There you go. That's the one.
That's it on it. So I'm going to take this off of here. Sarah, any parting words that you have for anybody that might be not sure what to do and how to get in this?
I mean, there's always the undo button, and the copy. It's wonderful. Make your copy, and you really can't go wrong. There's always a way to undo something or change something or modify something. And if you have questions, reach out to me. I'm happy to help. There's plenty of things I didn't do the right way here and learned as we went. So there's always a little bit of poking around to find some things.
And Sarah, where would people find you at if they do have these questions for you?
Hey, we can do www.linkwithdmc.com.
Which is right over there.
Yeah, right there. And there's all the links for all the things to find me, to reach me, to contact us.
Well, Sarah, I really appreciate you doing this. Darren loves when I use that word, but I learned a lot because I didn't realize how much that more you could get into it as I've seen it done. So I do thank you for taking that time out of your day to come join us for this. And so next time we're looking at templates, right? Is that what we're talking about? We're going to do templates with it. And
we're going to use our own video.
We're going to use our own video. That's what we're going to
Yeah.
do. We're going to use our own video. She's going to create her own thing. So that way you'll be able to, she'll walk you through the process of how she, and I'm putting her on the spot because I don't know if this is how it's going to go, but this is how it's going to go. You know, what she did to record video and then how she did it. So I think the good thing, Sarah, is if we use the one on Josie's day, you've already got that completed. So you can show, you know, what you did, and then maybe we can create one just like that so you can see how we're able to do it. So and I believe that one was going to be here in just like 2 weeks, right? In 2 weeks, we're going to do that one. Was that March 19th? March 19th is when we're going to have Sarah back, and we're going to be talking more creating video content with Sarah. So Sarah, with that, I'm going to throw you in the green room. I'm going to kick you out of here, and I will chat you shortly on that. So there we go, guys. What do you think? I guess, you know what I should have did? I should have given Sarah a chance to say bye.
Oh.
All right.
Bye.
As I kick her out of here. Okay. So I kicked Sarah out. We can talk about her now. She can't hear us. She can. But like that, how simple is that? How can you get so much out of something really so cheap, right? Because Canva is like ridiculously inexpensive compared to other ones that are out there. So between now and the 19th, I'd love for you to get into Canva, try some of this your own, so that way you can bring any of your questions to that one. March 19th, we will have Sarah back. That will be back at a regular scheduled day of Tuesday with Todd. We'll have Sarah there talking about adding your own video to be able to create the video content with Canva. Next Tuesday, we'll have Bob in talking more marketing. So Bob will be in from Fresh Horizons as we talk marketing with him. And for all of our information, you can find us over here at fatdadcb.com. Don't forget, we've got the mentorship group, only $20 a month there. We do have something special coming up that I'm not going to talk about here yet, so you're just going to have to tune in and wait. Or if you go to our mentorship group, we're already talking about it over there. You guys have an amazing night. We'll be back here, as always, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, and on most Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Peace, love, press on. We will see you guys next time.